Hey there everyone, this is LuckySevenDX and welcome back to Let's Play Okamiden. In the last episode, everyone drowned, except Nanami, obviously, because she's a mermaid, and thus can't drown. But she did save one of us, and quite predictably, considering we're the main character, she does save Chibi. So Kuni! Kuni, unfortunately, has been lost. He got hit by a log. He sort of pushed us away and sacrificed himself. Is he alive? Where did he go? Is he somewhere? Is he buried in the bottom of the sea somewhere? Who knows? It's just really sad, dismal, depressing part of this music. This music is just really sad, and I like how the music sort of tries to accentuate the mood. You know, when silly stuff's happening, the music's really silly. When epic stuff's happening, you like the epic music, and this is like, the really sad, depressing music, and it's really fitting. I mean, you had this budding partnership with Kuni, all of a sudden just completely cut short. Like things are building up for you and Kuni to be this epic team. And now literally the game goes and just cuts him out of the game for a very, very, very long time. And it's like, no! I was starting to like Kuni, and he's gone now! And then you're really sad because you're all alone because Nanami can't stay around because she has to go do her mermaid stuff, singing with talking crabs and fish under the sea and dreaming to be a human just so she can get laid by some guy. Okay, that was a really inappropriate interpretation of The Little Mermaid. I wasn't intending to get that bad, but it's true. Anyways, and of course, don't forget, we have met Nanami before for some reason, but we don't remember it. Why is this? Those answers, those questions, well, I was gonna say those answers will be questioned soon, but that doesn't make any bit of sense. They will be answered soon, though. Well, not soon, but within this LP, soon. Anyway, so we're on our own. We're all by ourselves. I could start singing that song, but that doesn't seem like a very good idea, actually. Southern Ryoshima Coast. So as you can see, we are on Ryoshima Coast. Unlike in Okami, like I mentioned, where there's like a field in between Agata Forest and Ryoshima Coast, that field does not exist in this game. So there are like a few sections of the game that don't exist, that just aren't in the game. That field, the whole snow area in Okami, that's not in here either. The game focuses on the whole Shinshu field and the surrounding areas there, and the Ryoshima Coast areas, like the capital and the two coasts and stuff like that. That's really where the entire game takes place. But surprisingly, despite there being, not as much area to explore, you only have the coasts and, the Shinshu field, I don't know, this game does feel like it's just as long and epic as Okami. Maybe because there are sort of more dungeony areas to explore, unlike Okami, where there really wasn't. There's just like a few sort of dungeons, but they were really sparsed out, and this one, they are, as you can see, a lot more often. Obviously, the other reason being, the handheld, the limitations of the handheld do prevent, great, amounts of area with a limited amount of space compared to a Wii or a PS2, unfortunately. Although, in the end, the fact that we could use the stylus, the touchscreen, that's like such an improvement over Okami to begin with, that I can forgive a lot of the differences between Okami and Okami, and just for that one benefit, ironically enough. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be fighting a lot of guys, because these guys are important. I do recommend you actually fight the guys I'm fighting, because you're going to want to start to collect the stuff they drop, because they no longer drop demon bones. These guys drop demon skins, and they're really the only way we can get demon skins for a little bit in the game, at least until we learn some other techniques. So they are very similar to the clams. You hit them until they're, weak, and then you bloom them, and then instead of slashing them, you actually bomb them. So stuff a bomb down their face, and then they'll explode, and they'll drop demon skins. Now, the reason you do want to get demon skins is we actually, now that we have 2 lucky coins, and make sure you do have 2 lucky coins by this point, else, you won't be able to do this. But now that we do have 2 lucky coins, we can actually upgrade our glaive into a new kind of weapon. But we need 5 demon skins before we do that. I think it's 20 demon bones and 5 demon skins. So you need to kill at least 5 of these guys before you head to the next area, so you can go ahead and get this sword as soon as possible. So I recommend killing these guys, because upgraded swords before the next dungeon, generally a good idea. And the new dungeon, surprisingly, is coming up pretty soon. It's not going to be as far off as it was between Hana Valley and the 5-floor pagoda, which I keep wanting to call the 5-star pagoda, but let me tell you, that is not a hotel you want to be staying in. No siree. But yeah, I don't remember those names. I think they're called maybe... Bone Clams, I think, are the ones we already fought. These guys are someone else, I think. But I don't remember names very well. Probably because I didn't look them up. So, yeah. We'll go over all the names when I do the extra videos where I show off all the stuff and the things and the stuff and things. But, anyway, we have more fights with these guys, so I will cut this out because we don't need to see me getting more demon skins. These guys are pretty simple to get. You just need to bloom and bond them. really, it's pretty hard to screw that up. The big thing you need to remember is if you bloom both of them, you can only have one bomb at the screen at the same time, so you cannot bomb the other one while one has a bomb in their mouth and is running around comedically. You can't only have one bomb on the screen. I mention this because next episode we're actually going to be faced with a choice. And I will have to do a lot of explaining for said choice because it kind of seems a little counterintuitive. But trust me, it's a good idea to do what I'm going to be doing next episode. But it will revolve around this one bomb conundrum. So keep that in mind for next episode, I suppose. I won't really go into what it is now for sake of spoiling the cool stuff that happens next episode. Because, you know, that wouldn't be cool. But welcome to Blue Imps, because we fought red and green and yellow, and now we get blue ones as well, because we have to have all the colors. These guys are actually kind of a pain in the ass, though. They will dig around in tunnels, and they'll shoot little bubbles out. If you get caught with purple bubbles, Power Slash to free yourself. There's also going to be other attacks that we didn't notice. If you Power Slash them after you kill him, you get a Demon Bone. Nothing too special. But yes, you do want to. You can also use bombs, I think, to blow them out of the holes. But not really that necessary, I don't think. Just go ahead and fight them. Your glaive is pretty powerful, so you should be able to deal a lot of damage to it by using your charged up attacks. Which is why the glaives are so good in battle, because those charged up attacks just tear enemies to pieces, and it's really cool. So that's why the glaives are definitely my favorite in battle. Outside the field, maybe not so much, but I do like the glaives. They're pretty cool. I like them in Okami as well, the Wii version I had. I'm going to fight these guys again because I didn't really show off all of his attacks, so let's see if we can get some other ones just to demonstrate them, just because they're cool. Also, the clams, by the way, one thing I didn't mention, here's he shoots like red, orange bubble things that will explode into fire, and I got hit by one of them. Crap! And then they get trapped in the purple bubble. Power Slash your way out, just like I said. The clams can also clamp down you. If they do that, Power Slash your way to be freed of them as well. So Power Slash, generally a good way to get yourself out of the enemy's attacks if you get trapped in them. Generally you want to quickly press R and Power Slash their face. Generally a good idea. I say generally a lot, man. Anyway, we need to go. As you can see, though, we're in a curse series. Not only have we lost Kuni, which is depressing enough, but we're also in another curse zone. So this game is just like this is one of like Chibi's low points, I guess. You know, where he loses his friend, and then he's in this curse zone. Everything's looking bad, but he has to just, you know, man up or dog up or whatever you want to call it, and persevere. That's precisely what we're going to do because we are not quitters. We will not let the forces of evil break our spirits. We shall continue onward. Also, beads. There's going to be a few items that we can get for another one of those fetch quest things that we've had a lot, like the fishermen and the fireworks and the Ami's treasures thing, and the pottery stuff, that kind of stuff. We're gonna have one of those, but we can't actually access it for quite a while, but we're going to start finding the items anyway, so we're actually going to complete most of the list before we even can, you know, get to a point where we actually access the quest, which is kind of funny, actually. I find that a little bit humorous. Anyways, as you can see, if you fill up the water all the way up here, you have to use the water spout to bring all the water all the way up here, you can actually get the Guardian Sapling to bloom. And with the Guardian Sapling to bloom, we get a Great Divine Intervention. And with the Great Divine Intervention, the Curse Zone is lifted. And with the Curse Zone being lifted, things are looking a little bit brighter. So, you know, first 8 minutes, a little dismal. We're moving up in the world, though. We're getting back on our feet. All is going pretty darn well. Why am I so upbeat this episode? Like, this is like the depressing episode. And I'm just like having like a freaking cha-cha here. Also, like, I still love the effect on the water when the Great Divine Intervention happens. It just looks so cool. I also like how you can hear Chibi barking, but there's the coast for you. Very awesome place. I do like the Ryoshima Coast. It's a pretty cool area. You don't even really get to see much of North Ryoshima Coast, actually, now that I mention it. So really, the amount of areas in this game are just very limited. It's really interesting how, you know, despite limiting a lot of the variation in Okami, they still managed to make the game pretty interesting. Really glad that they were able to do that, I guess. Anyways, we got ink bottle larges that make your ink bottles fill up by 3 because they're large as opposed to small. They are not compensating for anything. Anyways, bad jokes are bad, but I'm still gonna make them anyway. So the rest of this episode, we're going to sort of explore Ryoshima Coast before we head to the capital, which will end the episode as we head to the capital. In the next episode, we will be doing the capital, but that's the next episode. That's not this episode. For now, we're just going to explore the coast, because there's, of course, plenty of treasures we can get along the way, and just, things to explore, people to talk to, good times to be had. I mean, the next couple episodes are mostly just be exploring the new areas and, sort of acquainting ourselves, but the cool thing is, pretty much right immediately after you enter the capital, you're pretty much thrust almost immediately into a dungeon. Of course, stuff will happen before that, but we'll soon be able to get into a dungeon within a few episodes, and then we'll be going, doing epic stuff, getting new brush skills, fighting some bosses, good times. The next area is actually really interesting, very interesting dungeon coming up. This guy will eventually give you that side quest I mentioned, but he won't give you that until you have a new partner. So we're going to need to find a partner, and that bomb was sort of levitating in the air a little creepily, but that's okay. Anyways, you can see we need to use the vine skill to get across here after we bloom some trees. Thanks to everyone, by the way, this technique I'm going to actually start using in this episode, who mentioned that you can bloom multiple targets at once. I didn't actually know that, and that does save a little bit of time and just annoying. So if you draw like a really big circle, you'll bloom everything within that circle. I think I actually demonstrated that earlier, and I didn't even mention it. But thanks to everyone who mentioned that. I actually was not aware that bloom could be used that way, and that's actually pretty cool. Although really, in the end, it doesn't save you that much time anyway, because how many opportunities do you really have to bloom multiple things on the screen at once? Anyway, guy here, don't really want to fight him, so we're just going to purify some cursed land, because that's really going to be what this episode's all about, is just blooming a lot of shit, because new areas equal new trees and new curse zones. Very, very, very exciting as usual. But that's sort of the name of the game when the game is Okamiden. Although the name of the game is actually Okamiden, not, bloom stuff. This isn't bloom all the things, this is Okamiden, but you know what I mean. I'm just rambling today. I don't know. This is like, I should record more late at night because I'm just kind of crazy. But Blue Imps, he's dead now. All is well. I don't think I actually managed to get a Demon Fang there. I wasn't paying attention, but Demon Bone, Bone Fang, same thing. They're both calcium parts of the body. Okay, fine, they're not that similar, but whatever. Anyway, so we kind of got to explore this part up here. I think there was a mastery over there, a masterpiece, not a mastery. Been playing with too much League of Legends apparently. But you'll find those and a few of the those treasures, those Rao treasure things that will be part of the side quest we'll be accessing soon enough. Other than that, there's really not too much to get here. I think it's just 3 masteries, 2 of which we've already gotten, a few small treasures, and then a couple bigger prizes like that. Nothing too special, to be honest. But we're going to head up here anyway. Now, this is going to be more important than you think for later in the game, believe it or not. This ship, I mean, we know this ship from Okami. If you played Okami, this is actually one of the, I guess, dungeons in the game. Not really dungeon, because there wasn't really a boss, but one of the areas you can explore was this sunken ship, which was a pretty interesting area, actually. But in this context, I mean, it just sort of shows you the ship. There's really not much to say to it. Chibi doesn't know what it is, because he's a dog. He doesn't really know much of anything, because he's a dog. But that ship's going to be more important than you think. That and a conversation that we actually saw a little while ago, way back. It was one of the first conversations I had after I did the Great Divine Intervention with a guy who was like, "Hey, I recognize you." Once again, more people who know who we are. How does this tie in? Well, you'll see later. I won't guarantee you'll like it, but you'll see how it ties in later. Anyway, this guy is important. It does zoom in on him automatically because once we actually get our next partner, come back and talk to him, and I will be doing that next episode. I guess I kind of spoiled what I'm going to be my next partner, but I mean, as you can imagine, you're not left without a partner for that long. But speaking of being without a partner, by the way, if you don't have a partner, Jin will not take you to Yakushi Village. So we have no way of getting to Yakushi Village right now, so we can't go upgrade our sword yet. Unfortunately, we have to wait till we get a partner in order to do that. Granted, the moment I get a partner, we're definitely paying a visit to Yakushi Village. Because of that and a couple other things that we'll be able to get there. We'll actually be able to recruit a lot more villagers once we get a partner. In fact, we'll actually be able to recruit an animal here too. Chibi can't recruit people without a partner, but he can still recruit animals, I believe. So, because he can talk to animals being an animal. You know, the whole video game cliche, or just cliche in general, that people can talk to people and animals can talk to animals, no matter what animal they are. Anyway, you guys might be wondering, why are you showing this fight? And that's because there's a kind of a new mechanic once you have Water Spout. These bone clams, the guys we fought long ago, if you bloom them, and this also applies to the other sort of those other clan things that we fought that give the demon skins. Once you bloom those, if there's an enemy that's weak to it, they will actually drop like a little symbol of an element. So like a little ice crystal here that we can use Water Spout on to actually do super effective damage to the Fire Eye. And of course, through that, hopefully, can we get the no, I guess not. No, okay, I actually did bloom it right. That's good. Okay. I didn't notice I actually killed him there. But can I bloom both these guys? Oh, pro. As you can see, both of them drop the little water crystal things. Or ice crystals, water crystals, I'm not sure. I guess they're supposed to be ice because, you know, it's frozen water. I don't think water just sort of goes in a diamond. But either way, you can use the Water Spout basically to kill Fire Eyes. And they will do that for other elements as well, like fire, for example, once we actually have the ability to do stuff with that. Which, you know, of course, eventually we'll be able to do that. Because, you know, they wouldn't give those ice lips no way to kill them. Freaking ice lips are annoying. But, as I keep saying, my goodness, Lucky, talk proper English. Those, as you can see, you can use those guys to do super effective damage. Because now we don't have Nanami anymore. So we no longer have unlimited Water Spout, which is really unfortunate. I mean, it happens. It kind of sucks. I mean, you know we have to lose her eventually. Because Nanami, she's a little bit overpowered, actually, being able to use unlimited Water Spouts like that. That's actually a bit overpowered, especially when you're fighting enemies like Fire Eyes. But they're not going to take you back to a moment where you don't have any way of damaging the Fire Eyes. Most of the time, you'll either be fighting those Bone Clams that drop the Water Crystals, or those Ice Lips that also give you the ability to use Water Spouts. So, you'll generally be fighting a Fire Eye without a means to do the water damage to it, luckily. And that's sort of their way of sort of implementing, you know, being able to do Water Spout without having Nanami, and without having to force them to, you know, a Fire Eye, Ice Lips combination. Because, you know, the same combinations over and over again are boring. This fight, a little important if you're looking for demon skins. I killed both of them. As you're going to see in a second, when you kill both of them in this particular fight, a third one actually manages to spawn. So you can actually get 3 demon skins from this the scroll. So if you ever needed demon skins, that scroll right there. Very good way to get demon skins. Just 3 easy skins right there. These enemies generally are not that hard to defeat, so I'd actually say that they're probably the best enemy to get demon skins from in the game. Although we're going to be finding plenty of other enemies in the future that get them. Overall, in case you guys are wondering, I believe you need 45 demon bones, 45 demon skins, and 40 demon livers in order to get all of the ultimate items in the game. Another one of Rao's treasures is right there, by the way, so keep that in mind. So, I mean, we have about, what, 7 now? So, we'll probably get, you know, maybe like a 10th, or not 10th, 5th of the demon skins we need overall in the game. So, and then eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to pick up the other 36, or, well, I think I'll probably end up getting 10, so the other 35 we'll hopefully get just from fighting all the other enemies that do drop demon skins. So that's how it works. But if you're ever short, just go out into the capital and head out here and fight some of those guys, and you'll get those pretty quickly. In terms of the demon bones, the easiest ones to get, I mean, the Fire Eyes do drop a lot, but the Red Imps are really simple and easy to kill. I'd say it's tied between those two for easiest way to get demon bones. Fire Eyes because they give a lot of them. And then the other ones because they're just really simple, the Red Imps. Anyway, over here is our final mastery that we can get out in Shinshu Field. We actually, as of this moment, have 9 pieces of Masterpiece Part 2. But as you're going to see next episode, we can't actually get the complete mastery until after the next dungeon, which is a little unfortunate. But I guess that's what happens. You're not going to be allowed to get the prize for that yet. It's actually a pretty cool prize we get from Masterpiece 2. 1's a bit mediocre. I'll actually say now 3's prize is a bit mediocre, but 2, 4, and 5 have some pretty awesome prizes. So definitely worth getting those masteries. If you know you're gonna miss one from 1 or 3, because those ones aren't as exciting. Although granted, 2 definitely has the first ones that are easily missable. Well, not really easily. The ones in the 5-star pagoda weren't that hard. I guess the ones in the demon market are a little tricky to get though. I don't know. Anyway, over here, Ami Toy, because we need more treasures. If I ever need money, I will sell the treasures, but otherwise I'm just going to keep them in my inventory because it's cool to have them there. The way I plan using money, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to need to really sell that many treasures. If I do need to sell them to get cool stuff, I will. You'll see. Anyway, this is the animal I was mentioning that Chibi can recruit. So we're going to recruit ourselves a pheasant because pheasants are cool, and gives us a little praise, and he'll show up in Yakushi Village. So when we go visit Yakushi Village soon, we'll go and talk to him and see how he's doing. Is to round up a posse. This pheasant's on the warpath. He wants to kill everyone. Because his family, I mean, if your family is murdered, I suppose if you're a pheasant or a person, Except, you know, I don't think animals can harbor feelings of vengeance. Can they? I don't know. Are animals capable of feeling vengeful tendencies? Interesting question for animal psychologists, or whatever the hell they call those people. Anyway, one last little area we're going to explore. Can't actually even do anything here yet, but I'm just going to show off that we can't do anything here yet. There's another little cracked wall over here, so we're going to head in here. As you're going to see, we're going to actually encounter a familiar enemy, those little red, those little fireball things we found in the Chibi market. I don't remember what they're called on top of my head. But they're here, and there's also some ice blocking our path. So unfortunately, until we can manipulate fire, which those enemies right there, they'll actually give us fire. And then I run into the ice like a retard. But we can't go there yet, unfortunately. So yeah. Oh well, we'll head back there soon enough and unlock the secrets that we can get in there. But as of now, guys, this is LuckySevenDX. As of now, what the hell? But in the next episode, we're going to be exploring the capital city, and stuff's gonna happen. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.